The past couple of years have been really strange for gaming. Many highly anticipated games have failed or at least not met consumer expectations. Games like Cyberpunk, which fortunately did make a positive turnaround and personally is one of my favorite games. However, the launch of that game will always be remembered. Because of the launch, that game might not see a multiplayer aspect, which pretty much was confirmed by the devs. Other games that also did not do too well on launch seem to be struggling are games like Halo Infinite. I don't even really have to go into Halo Infinite and its launch. You could just look at what's going on internally at 343 Industries, which I wish the best of luck to all the people who have just lost their jobs over there. It is really unfortunate. And then there is other games like Warzone 2, which hasn't really been a favorite amongst the COD community from what I've heard, especially when it's compared to the previous Warzone. And even if you take a look at its Steam charts, it does have a dip in player count even though they just released a new season. And when I say they just released a new season, they just dropped season 2 from the time of this recording. It's been 2 days? I believe 2 days, yes. Jesus Christ. Then there are other studios like Ubisoft and EA who have been canceling projects left and right, making us all wonder if these companies are really going to recover to their former glory, if they even have any former glory, that is. In case you have not heard, EA has canceled a few of their own mobile games like Apex Mobile and Battlefield Mobile. And then there's other rumors of potential spin-offs like a spin-off for the Apex and Titanfall universe. Supposedly they were going to do a single-player game, and yeah, that's been canceled. That's no more. But who even knows what is going on at EA anymore? They had the rights to Star Wars, and yet they barely made any games for Star Wars, and half of the games they made did either okay, and some of them did pretty good, like Jedi Fallen Order, but Battlefront 2 did good only after they fixed the game, but too little too late. And if we bring it back to their Titanfall title, there was leaks of a Titanfall 3 due to the GeForce Now leaks a little over a year from now, but supposedly EA has stated that that was just a placeholder title for Apex Legends, which is kind of odd for a game that's been out for a little bit now, but nonetheless, they have confirmed that they are not working on a Titanfall 3, even though fans continue to beg for a sequel to the Titanfall games. Then if we take things over to Ubisoft, things seem to be even worse somehow. Yes, somehow there is a company doing worse than EA. One of their huge titles, Rainbow Six Siege, hasn't really been doing too well, and their player count is a little low, but that's not really the biggest of their concerns, especially since Ubisoft has supposedly, again, just canceled 7 games. Gaming is really in a weird place right now. It seems as if the majority of games that are being highly rated and winning awards are mainly single-player games, which isn't much of a shocker because it's kind of almost always been that way. But then again, there's been a lot of good award-winning titles that have multiplayer. It's especially ironic coming from a company like EA who believes that multiplayer games are the games of the future and single-player games are part of the past, which is understandable coming from a company that only chases money, since the multiplayer games they make follow the live service model where they drip feed content slowly, while trying to get people to spend little bits of money here and there on things like loot boxes, season passes, and cosmetic skins in shops. Then there are also games like Overwatch 2. I feel like I don't even really have to say anything about that game. That game was, a disaster. Overwatch 2 is just Overwatch 1. I don't have to say anything else about that. Now, if we take a look at Overwatch 2's numbers on Twitch, which, yes, I understand that doesn't mean a game is doing bad or good, but it does point to how the community is treating the game. So if we look over at Overwatch 2 on Twitch, we can see that games like Minecraft, COD, Fortnite, Hogwarts, and even Virtual Poker are beating Overwatch 2 in numbers. More people would rather watch Virtual Poker than Overwatch 2. Let that sink in. I'm not going to sit here and say gaming is dead, because gaming is never going to die. It's the future of entertainment. However, what I am saying is I think we're going to go through, if we haven't already gone through, a big change in gaming. I don't know how that'll be, but it could be in the types of games we have. It could be the way publishers handle their games. Hopefully, it could be publishers giving devs more control over the games they make, and hopefully it could also be devs listening to their communities more. Or maybe, and I prefer this one, we'll start seeing more smaller dev studios and even individual creators get more spotlight when it comes to their games, since Unreal Engine 5 seems to be a pretty solid engine. All we can do is hope for the best. At the end of the day, gaming is a form of art. It's like movies and music and shows. It's a different type of art, but it is art nonetheless. And there should be more power given to the devs who create the games. At the end of the day, they are the artist. If you like this video, you may like my other videos. I don't always make videos like this because YouTube is just a hobby for me. I just make whatever's fun. So yeah, thank you for watching.